What's good, my villains? I'm gonna give y'all the top score streaks today to raise your KD to make it look just like mine, man. Let's get right into it. I'm not gonna hold y'all up.
For our score streaks, we're gonna have the combat bow at 500. And the combat bow's arrows, burn targets, and surrounding area. Cooldown for the combat bow is 120 seconds. You just basically run around with a bow that has like this burst of fire on the end, and it has a little radius, probably about 6 feet. Doesn't do too much. You gotta shoot it kind of close to people for it to blow up and kill them. But it's not nothing bad to run with. It's very easy to get, very quick. So I mean, combat bow is actually okay score streak if you're going for some of those lower ones. The RCXD, I feel like the RCXD is overpowered this year. The blast radius on this thing is crazy. Like, I feel like you don't even have to be near it to die from it. But the RCXD is definitely a great one to run with if you're just a beginner. You're not going for like any controlled score streaks like up here. It'll be great to use the RCXD as one of your controlled score streaks. And then we have the spy plane. Spy plane is a must, man. You want to know intel. You want to know where your enemies are. Like, the spy plane is definitely a must. Then we have the counter spy plane. It comes a little bit later in the game, which your level is a little higher. This works great. This is probably a little better than the actual spy plane because it confuses the enemy for so much and for so long, and a lot of your teammates are already gonna have spy plane. I'm guaranteeing you every game somebody on your team will have spy plane equipped. So counter spy plane is a great one to use to help and back up your team. The armor plates, I really dislike these. I don't suggest using them because for one, they do not protect your head. A headshot and you just wasted a whole entire 1600 points on a score streak that you're not gonna be able to use. And they honestly don't protect you for as long as you would think they would. Seems like you still die kind of at the same rate, if not a little bit slower. So I really don't feel like those are worth it. Should not try to use those. Your sentry turn. The sentry turns are okay, but I'm about to kill you guys some sauce, bro. We know how to blow up sentry turns. We know how to get rid of them things. Like, we not about to sit here and play with nobody. Go and hit it with the double elbow. All you gotta do is go to it, tap circle twice, and it's gonna be gone. Sneak up behind the sentry turn. It's that easy. And if you're scared to get close to it, just throw a bomb at it, bro. Throw a frag or throw a Semtex something at it. It's gonna be gone. Like, soon as they put it out there. It doesn't take a lot to get rid of the sentry turn this year. That's why I advise you kind of not to run with it. But I mean, if you're in a very tight area, you can protect the back of your sentry and let your sentry get kills from the front. That would be cool. But other than that, it's not really worth it. Alright, moving on to the care package. Care package has been in the game for a couple of years now. So I mean, everybody pretty much knows what a care package is. A care package gives you the possibility of collecting any of these score streaks that's on the map. I mean, on the screen at the moment. From this 2,000 point drop. It's very random, so you can get anything under it from the 1800 column and below, or anything over it from the 2500 column and above. But I will say, I mean, it's really a gamble. They don't really give you too much stuff. Like, you're not gonna get a chopper gunner or VTOL jet every time you get a care package. It's gonna really happen like probably once a day if you're putting in like an hour or two. Like, that's not worth it. I don't run with the care package ever. I really rather just grind and go for my actual score streak that I want. Next is going to be the napalm strike. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this, but this is probably one of the best perks because it's so low in score to get. It's only 2500. You don't have to stay in the air and control it. It just pulls up a screen really quick. It shows you your enemies on the mini map, and all you literally have to do is push X on the arrow that has it in the area of your enemies, and you're gonna get kills. I probably have a majority of my kills in score streaks from this score streak right here. The napalm strike is the best one to use. Air patrol, Air patrol could be a good one to use because you're knocking out anything the enemy has in the air, any score streak the enemy has in the air. The counter enemy air patrols will come and knock it out of the air, and it will not let you use these air patrols unless the enemy does have something in the air, so it's not wasted. So that is a very, very great perk to kind of have and run with. I don't think it should be a top perk, but I mean, it shouldn't be a top score streak because you want to get more kills and you want to raise your KD. So yeah, that isn't a score streak that you want to go for. And then right here we got the artillery. This is one of my favorite ones, man. The score streak artillery is probably the highest, probably the easiest one to get. That's kind of high. The 3,000 points is a little high for certain people, definitely when you're starting off, but it's very reachable because they don't reset your score streak score, and I showed you the class setup you use to get it easily. So artillery is a great one to run with. You're just using a launch of 3 targeted artillery strikes, and you can use you can even save them if you don't use all of them. So I can shoot one and then put it back up and use them for later time and reference. Then we have the cruise missile for our net score streak. The cruise missile is a steer trio of missiles with a boost and air brake controls. Secondary missiles auto fire at painted targets. So the cruise missile helps out a lot, man. You can get at least 3 to 4, anywhere between 3 to 5 kills with this cruise missile, because it automatically locks 2 missiles in on people. 2 missiles are in on people already, and then you have 1 missile that you're in control of that you can, it kind of like breaks apart. Like you can shoot it and then it kind of breaks apart in order for you to control that last missile and get you another kill, or 2 or 3. Make it real easy for yourself. War Machine, hands down one of the best score streaks on the game, hands down. It's a high explosive grenade launcher. You literally could just run around anybody close to you, anybody close to anybody. Like, you just have to shoot the thing. Just run around the map and shoot crazy. Like, just shoot it in the directions of your enemy. It's guaranteed to kill them. It's overpowered like a mug, man. Go check out that War Machine just for 4,000 score on your score streaks. And the attack helicopter, this year the attack helicopter isn't all that good. Definitely being limited to the maps that we're limited to at the moment. Right now I wouldn't advise you to do a lot with the chopper gunner, because a lot of the maps are inside maps and the chopper gunner is going to be hard to see in there and shoot at them. And even when you're on the outside regular map like raid or anything, the chopper gunner still doesn't seem to perform well. I had it a couple times. I only got like 2 or 3 kills from it each time I put it out there, and I just feel like it's a waste of 5,000 points. Our harp, man, this is one of my favorite score streaks because I like intel. I like to see where people are going. I like to see which direction they're heading into. This is like a spy plane basically, but instead of it showing the little dots on your mini-map, it gives you arrows, and they never go away, and they show you exactly where the enemy is running, where they're facing and everything. So it makes it completely easier for you to kill them and rack those kills up, get that KD up, man. 6,000 is kind of high, but with that class setup I gave you, it should be very, very easy to get there. The VTOL escort, I see a lot of people using this. It does work very, very well. You do have to control it yourself this year. It's not like last year, you kind of just calling in and it gets a bunch of kills for you. The VTOL and the chopper gunner are very similar, but I really prefer the VTOL over the chopper gunner. You just man from the cockpit and you're just shooting down at your enemies. It highlights everybody for you, which each one of these score streaks. The gunship, I've never got the gunship before. Be the gunner in air and a close air support gunship. I've seen people get it. It's hard for them to knock it out of the air, and they do get a lot of kills with it. Most times when people get it, I see people like quitting out of the lobby immediately because they just don't know what to do or can't do anything about the gunship. So right now, man,
Alright, y'all, man, I need y'all to drop